That was probably the problem. prized possessions. I know the path we must take to reach them.
Crazy as stupid. Oh, Senator, you can chat now.
Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
So are you probably playing WoW, or are you actually playing WoW?
I'm playing. I'm on my druid trying to get him geared up. Or get him to 60 first.
You do usually have to hit 60 before you gear up.
Well, you can do all the world quests if you do Twist of Fate or Threads of Fate and get someone geared.
Did they increase the speed at which you actually complete them? Because the percentage ones, whenever I leveled my paladin up through Threads of Fate, was very, very, very slow.
I don't know. I do the storyline up until 59, and then 59 I do Threads of Fate to get all the gear, so I'm ready to go. At least that's how I've done it on my other tune, but
I did it the second day of the expansion. It was not great. I ended up just grinding dungeons because it took me about 5 hours to do one world quest. That took the fill up the bar world quest. The normal
Wow.
ones were fine, but the percentage I was getting for world quests per kill was like maybe one, not even one all the time.
insane. But if you're gonna run something, let me know, and I'll get on my priest.
I'm just plugging normal Nathria right now.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing it with the AOTC group, but
I just don't know what days they run, what times they run, and if I'm going to be motivated to actually do it then. I'm motivated to do it now, so I figured I should just do it now.
do you have a group at the first boss, or what are you at?
I have found a random pug and I'm about to pull Sludge Fist. I did the first boss in a separate group, and the other tank was one of those people who uses their taunt in their rotation, so I just left after the first group. First kill. Because I'm not going to deal with that for 4 hours.
Need a healer? I'll get on and heal it.
Doesn't look like it right now. I think I'll let you know, but yeah, they're doing the 239 thing. Like I said, I don't know any of these people. It's literally just a random pug I queued into.
Yeah, it's all good. All good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Huh, Sludge Fist bugged out, and now he's just standing still, not doing any mechanics.
But can you kill him?
Oh boy. Yeah, never mind. He reactivated. Until I see the hammer, dude. Holy shit.
stomping time!
We must continue our pursuit, mortals. Fortunately, this mirror does not seem beyond repair. Be warned. Denathrius's most loyal guardians still stand between us and our quarry.
Nelly deals for a...
Taking all my strength to hold back their onslaughts. Call! Grishol! Do not be blinded by misplaced loyalty! The bargain Denathrius has struck will destroy...
start with Dale Lally. Dale?
Ben, when you have a receiver like Deontay, who's as talented as Deontay, but obviously going through some struggles right now, do you talk to him at all? And if you do, what do you say to him?
Yeah, you know, we had a nice talk on the sideline at the end of the first half, and just, you know, like I said, I thought it was a good talk. I won't tell you what we said. If he wants to divulge what was said, that's fine. But you know, just trying to encourage him, and I thought I was encouraged by the way the second half. I thought he came out and made some plays and showed some physicality in some of those catches, putting his head down, you know, and trying to get his yards and stuff like that. So I was encouraged by his bounce back and really proud of him.
Mike Pizzuto?
Ben, when you looked at the Buffalo tape and maybe the couple games before that, are you seeing defenses that are anticipating what you guys are doing, or are you seeing something that the offense is not doing, like, you know, a play is there to be made and a blitz doesn't get picked up, or you throw to the wrong guy, or somebody drops it? I mean, is it out there if you guys get better, or do you have to adjust drastically here?
I don't think we need to adjust drastically. There are plays to be had that we're not making. I think a lot of it, I shouldn't say a lot of it, I think some of it stems from physicality. You know, I just don't think we're being as physical as we should be and need to be all the time. And so I think that's something, you know, something that we've always took pride in, right? Is the Pittsburgh Steelers and being physical and coming out. And it's not, physicality isn't just about the line. You know, I think people just think that that's where it is, but really it's about, you know, picking up blitzes. It's about getting the tough yards. It's about blocking, you know, on the perimeter, things like that. So there's a lot of things that involve. Sometimes physicality is mental too. You have to be mentally tough, and so all those things combined, I think can hopefully turn this thing around, and we can hit the plays that are there to be had.
Joe Rudder?
Yeah, Ben, do you feel like you're getting a good rapport, have been getting a good rapport with James Washington? And his snaps were lower earlier in the season. Were you lobbying him to get more playing time?
Well, I think James has done a great job of stepping up when we needed him to, making plays, being physical when you need him to do that. And so I think he's being rewarded with more playing time from the coaches. And I think he should be on the field. We've got a lot of playmakers, and you can't just let guys sit on the sideline that could potentially help you. So, like Coach says, we'll turn over every stone, all that stuff. We just need all of us need to just keep producing and making more plays when they're there to be had.
Jerry Dulac.
Ben, good morning. Several of your coaches, including Mike yesterday, mentioned about the lack of physical play. And even Mike said it seems to be in all areas, but it also seems to be that a lot of it's pointed at the offensive line. Do you agree with that? And do your guys take that personally?
Well, good morning, Jerry. I think, like I said, when you talk about physicality, that's where everyone automatically looks. Your eyes go to O-line, D-line, because that's every single play you have to be physical. So I think it naturally falls in that area. I don't think that all the fingers should be pointed there by any means. I think when we talk about physicality, I think the line takes it personal because they want to be physical. But being physical doesn't always mean just I'm going to go blow him off the line of scrimmage or overpower him. Sometimes, like I said, being physically tough, in your mind. I mean, you've got to find multiple ways to be physical. And so I think that blitz pickups, I think all those things, but it's I don't want to get off. Track, but I don't want to lose track that it's not just about the line. It's all of us. We as runners, sometimes there's a guy in the hole, an unblocked guy. Sometimes you got to put your head down and get the tough 1 or 2 yards. Sometimes receivers have to put their head down instead of stepping out of bounds and get those tough kind of yards. And it's not everybody, but collectively we all need to be more physical. And so I hate that the finger gets pointed at the line because it shouldn't be there, but that's where it naturally kind of starts when you talk about a football team or an offense.
Jim Colony.
So, of course, naturally, I'm going to ask you an offensive line-related question, but how would you feel about lining up under center more that might give the line a better push?
Yeah, we did that this week. We did we did a series or two of kind of no huddle under center runs. We ran a couple left and right and some check with me's and things like that. We had a little bit of success, not probably as much as we would have liked, but yeah, I'm all for it. I think that's a great mix-up that you can do, and if it helps, then absolutely, why not? I'll do whatever we need to do to help win.
Mark Caboli.
Hey Ben, you've experienced in your career a number of times where your team had lulls during the season, didn't play well. Just to turn it around late, I mean, you look at some of the top teams in the league this year; they've had lulls. How do you express?
Dang mechanic.
My blade will find you!
Just not remove it. Just not remove it.
Bring me their anima, heroes! You cannot run!
I have many lucky doos you like.
Rest of your teammates that things like this happen, and it's not necessarily a death sentence.
Yeah, it's something that you have. There's a lot of outside noise, right? And deservedly so. We haven't played well. We've lost 2 in a row. The fans are getting anxious. The talking heads are doing what they're supposed to do and talk bad about us and all that stuff, which is, we've earned it and deserved it recently. What I would tell guys and the mindset and the approach that I'm taking is it's not the end of the world. We've got 3 games left in the regular season. We have guaranteed ourselves a chance in the playoffs. So we're in the postseason. We have 3 weeks now to get it going, to turn it around, to give ourselves the best chance to reach our ultimate goal, which is winning a Super Bowl. If we were starting the postseason tomorrow, maybe there'd be a little bit more panic on our part. Like we got to get something figured out right now. Well, we need to get it figured out now. But the good thing is we know we've got games after these next 3. And the teams that we're playing are 2 divisional opponents, and the third one is a playoff caliber, or in the playoffs too, most likely. So, what a great test for us to kind of get some postseason. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but postseason work in by playing these last 3 games, and so that's what I just would reiterate to these guys is we still have some work to do to kind of get ourselves out of this lull that we're in because, like you say, every team has them. It's just so happening that ours is happening right now, but it's not too late for us.
Brooke Pryor.
Yeah, Ben, you said after the game that you just weren't good enough. What more did you see when you watched the tape? What specifically wasn't good enough? And are there things that you personally were doing well earlier in the season that have maybe dropped below the standard you expect from yourself?
Well, I always expect myself to be the best I can be on the football field. And if I'm not completing passes, if I'm not making proper reads, if I'm not getting the ball to the playmakers where it needs to be, then those are things that I need to improve on.
Will Graves.
Ben, it's typically you take Wednesdays off, or at least from a throwing standpoint. Do you plan to maybe mix that up over here the next couple weeks and maybe throw more? And how do you weigh that against just not wanting to overdo it on the arm after considering the workload you've had this season?
Yeah, I'm not so worried about the arm. My arm feels really good. We still need to be prudent because we don't really know. We haven't put together a long body of work since since we've had the surgery. But right now, my arm feels really good. I think it's more about just the rest of the body, and it's kind of a week by week thing. The accumulation, the toll of the hits, of pounding, of grinding, of being 38 years old, all those things kind of add up, and so it's just smart. With this, especially with this weird season, right? With the how many games we played in a row, plus the not really having a bye when we were supposed, all those things just kind of add up. And so we'll just continue to be smart and kind of take it as my body feels it needs it.
Aditi Kinklerbala.
Ben, I know with 3 kids, there's not a lot of extra time, but do you watch football as a fan? Are there offensive concepts around the league that sort of appeal to you? And then what is the process of when you like something and you want to incorporate it? How does that work? Do you do that, or have you run sort of the same things for so long that you like to stick with what you know you're good at?
I have an 8-year-old son that is hooked on football. So football is always, he knows the Thursday, Monday, Sunday schedules better than I do. He'll tell me many times what time our game starts moving forward. So yes, I watch a lot of football. as a fan, and I enjoy watching it because we do see stuff. You see a scheme, you see a play, not just NFL, college too. I think it's smart, and there have been many plays that we have put in that have come from other teams. College football, whatever it is, and you bring them to Randy to bring Coach Canada, and we may put them in at practice, and it doesn't quite feel right, so we throw it out. But no, I'm all for doing those kind of things, and it happens all the time. I mean, we used to joke that guys brought plays in from the game Madden. You have to kind of say whatever works and at least take a look at it. Now, there's going to be some things that just, all right, that's not going to work, for whatever it is. But we absolutely will look at anything.
Chris Adamski.
5, 4, 3.
Ben, I'm not on the field, so I don't know. We don't even really get to watch practice too much anymore, and I don't have a scout's eye. But your body do you know your arm strength compared to 23 or 28 to 38, and especially after a weird off season with surgery and no preseason and all that? Or do you feel like you are where you've been, or are you not? Do you adjust yourself if you're not? Do you know your body?
Yeah, I mean, I think I know my body pretty well. And that's why I said earlier, like, my arm feels really good. Like, typically this time of year, my elbow would be getting worn down. And I don't feel that right now. So I'm very encouraged by that. That being said, we also, I talk to the doctors a lot. I talk to Garrett Giebon, our strength and conditioning, talk to John Norwig, our trainer, because we also, just because it feels good, you don't want to push it so much that you end up, you just kind of fall off that cliff, or you go downhill right away. It might not be a slow decline. It could be a big fall off, and you want that to happen at the end of February, not right now. So right now my arm feels really good, and so we just want to continue that. So that's kind of how we approach our work every week, is just kind of how it feels and how I can express that to the people around me.
Noah Strackbean.
Hey Ben, at this point in the season, how many plays are you still drawing in the dirt during the game?
Well, the ground's frozen, so we really can't draw any in the dirt. And so, we obviously, that was just a figure of speech, but we're still going through that. Every game there'll be a kind of a set group of no huddles where it's, all right, we're moving guys around and we're putting them in different spots that they're not used to. So certain games require more. The last game we didn't do much. The game before we didn't do a whole lot, kind of intentionally to kind of show some different looks to people.
All right, got time for a couple more. Jeff Hathorn.
Hey, Ben, what are the advantages or what are the benefits of finally just having a normal week of practice and actually an extra day to kind of work on some of these things?
Yeah, it's nice. We can, the way we've installed things so far this week have been at a normal pace instead of throwing in all the third down, all the red zone on one day or whatever it might be. So to kind of have that bonus day to add things at a slower pace has been pretty nice, and hopefully it's an ability that we can digest it a little bit better as we need to moving forward with this week.
Mark Caboli.
Hey Ben, there was a report on Sunday that you're having significant knee issues. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 38 years old. I've played football for 17 years. I've had multiple surgeries, but I saw that report. I don't know where it came from. I think it was one that said that the Steelers were concerned. I would love to know who that was or who told them, because the week before the Washington, I definitely was having issues with my knee. Landed on it, had something going on. But other than just an old knee and arthritis, my knee actually feels really good this week, especially. Like, I feel good after playing on an artificial surface. Typically, that's another issue that makes it just kind of ache. But after your last week, it feels pretty good. So that report, to me, is just one of those phony kind of things that people sometimes want to make up. So I actually feel pretty good.
All right, we'll wrap it up with Jerry Dulac. Jerry?
Hey, Ben, speaking of figures of speech, in what vein would you categorize if you can't do it, I need to hang it up a couple days afterward?
Yeah, that's I've always said, and you and I have spoken on that, Jerry, that I never want to hurt the team. I'm not going to be that guy that plays past his ability. If I feel like I can't be out there and I'm not doing it at a high level, and I'm not giving my team the best chance to win, then I'm going to hang it up. Obviously, some of that is just frustration from the game, but I will always go home every week and evaluate the way that I played, the way that I feel. I will pray heavily over it. I feel that when the time is right, I'll know it. And so I'm going to go out there this week and give it everything I have to, get this team back on track, because I feel it's a special team. But I'm not going to sit here and talk about the end of the season, because we know at the end of the season you'll talk about that. I'll never just hang it up in the middle of the season, obviously. But this team is special, and the season is not over. I want everyone out there to take a deep breath. I know it's kind of crazy right now, but just take a deep breath. We've got time. And so that's my mindset too. Take a deep breath. Let's get ready to go this week.
And this segment is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sports booking app. Not only is it safe, but it is secure. And my man Deke, most importantly, it's reliable. Because we know reliability is key. That's what we love and cherish the absolute most. And for all the first-time users, we got something special for first-time users. You remember what it was?
I have a decent memory, yes. I believe it's a pretty good deal, no?
Yeah, and it's something with a promo code. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Do you know what the promo code is?
Yeah, it's Moats.
Moats.
Yeah.
So if you use the promo code Moats, you will receive up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. I don't know if you heard that. If you use the promo code Moats, you will receive up to $1,000. You got that right?
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 in deposit bonus money. I mean, that's a great situation, a great opportunity. So, what are you waiting on? No, seriously, what are you waiting on?
I'm not sure.
Dude, download the app, use the promo code, and make the opportunity to get some money. Next one we have is from Sean Andrew. I actually like this question a lot too, Sean. Should we take it easy for the rest of the season to get some guys back for the playoffs? Actually, Sean, I do agree. So this was what I was thinking last night, man. In that second half, we started getting banged up offensively and defensively. Not only did we get banged up, let's be real, we lost Matt Fowler in the game to a pec injury, and then we turned around and lost Dotson a quarter later to a pec injury. Honestly, I'm hoping it's not the full extent, because you
what the hell is that guy doing that's on those those guards? He's just taking out packs.
Like, it was crazy. Like, literally, I remember telling my wife, I'm like, as soon as Matt went down, I said, babe, that's a peck. Like, I know exactly how he grabbed it from personal experience. I'm like, that's a peck. Then I'm looking, I'm like, Dotson go down. I'm like, babe, I think Dotson just did his peck. It's just like, no, it's saying shoulder. A couple of later, a little bit of time go by, Dotson peck. I'm like, God dang, like that's not, I don't know what was going on over there. It was kind of like, man, we talked about our linebackers and how they kept having knees. I'm like, look, man, linebackers and knees and this O-line and these pecs right now, like, this is crazy. But I mean, we saw both of those guys go out in the game yesterday. So to me, man, I was I was already in that mindset of, all right, look, the Chiefs, they've officially taken over that one spot, right? And I said, man, depending on these last couple of games,
we play after. Yeah. So yeah, we play Monday night.
Right. So to me, I'm just sitting here like, all right, what's more important right now? Do we feel like we're going to be able to get these next three? And with that, not only get those, but are the Chiefs going to potentially drop one, so that way we can make it a little bit more of a debate, right, and get in the conversation? Or do you say, you know what, play this next game like we want to, but then those final two, we start looking into resting some guys? We're not for the full game. Say you do just 3/4, or you play a half or 3/4 in that second to last game. And in that last game, treat it like a pseudo fourth preseason game, man. Because to me, especially with it only being one that's getting a bye this year, right? If you're not going to be in that conversation, health immediately takes over. And right now, we're seeing a team that is starting to get a little banged up. We saw Chooks go out for a little while. Granted, he was able to come back. Alex Highsmith, he was in and out dealing with some ankle issues as well. That, to me, is starting to become the bigger issue. I mean, we can go as much as crazy as we want for these next couple of games and still fall short, right? We can still go crazy and still not make it right now in terms of getting that one seed. But to me, I just think that health is definitely going to start to be valued a lot more than that one seed as this thing progresses at this point in the season, man.
Yeah, I don't think I really don't think it's the worst idea, especially it depends on how you weigh things. And we've talked about this in the past about home field advantage. How much is that really going to be affecting things in these playoffs?
Yeah, we already said in Pittsburgh, we're not having fans. You just have family, like the players' immediate family are at the games. But other than that, it's not as if you're going to have the 5,000 that was there at least earlier in the year.
Are you willing to just chuck the AFC North title?
Well, see, this is the thing, and that's why I said it's really these next couple of games because
Well,
right now,
if the Browns
if
lose,
the Browns lose tonight, we
we're
should be
good.
fine. We're
Okay.
good. If the Browns win, now it's a different scenario. And that's why I said this next game or two is really going to tell us a lot more because Browns and Ravens tonight is big. That's big time ball for both teams. Honestly, we probably want Baltimore to win because number one, that gives the Browns that extra loss in the division will, pretty much solidify it for
I think
us.
we would.
Yeah, that would pretty much lock it up for us and we'll be good. If the Browns win, now we don't have it locked up and we really won't get that opportunity until the Browns is another one in the division. I'd have to see who they have after Baltimore. I know they have us at the end, but I don't know if they have Cincinnati one more time. That's what I'd have to look into. But that to me, if the division is available, of course you want to win the division. But if it's a scenario where,
but that's my question though, is like we're gonna be playing week one of the the wild card games anyway. Does it matter if we have to go up to Cleveland for the wild card game, or if we have to go to Indy?
Put it like this: I don't
versus
think
playing
it
at Heinz
matters,
Field.
But for this is
it's a pride thing for sure.
It's pride.
It has to be,
if we're losing the division to Baltimore, I could deal with that. Even if it was Cincinnati, because Cincinnati's done it in the past, I could deal with that. I can't deal with Cleveland winning the division. That's
Okay,
my issue.
okay.
That's why I said for me, I need.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Your rebellion ends here!
Traitors must die!
You cannot run! Tear you asunder! My blade will find you! Tear you asunder!
General Cole, get cover! My soldiers will strike from the sky! Champions, I will clear the skies!
Bring me their anima, heroes! Tear you asunder! My blade will find you! My blade will find you! Tear you asunder!
Shield yourselves!
You cannot run!
You cannot escape my wrath!
Be broken!
Draven,
Tremble
are you
in
all
my
right?
shadow!
I yet stand, Prince. Though I may fly with I will break you! Need more anima. I will break you!
No escape!
Ally, brace yourself! There is no stone I cannot raise, Shadow! Old friend, I will drive you into the ground!
Tear you asunder!
Yes,
The death my blade will
I
find
am
you!
bruised, but not broken.
You cannot run!
I will drive you into the ground!
You cannot run! Tear you
I
asunder!
will break you!
You cannot run! Tear you asunder!
I will break you!
My blade will find you! Tear you
I
asunder!
will break you!
Your end is near!
It sickens me to see our loyalty twisted by the one we once served.
The Stoneborn
I have
were not the only
many
ones
lucky dues
manipulated
you
and
like.
deceived, my friend. I dare say even the Arbiter herself has been made a pawn. The time has come to dethrone our former master. What we do next, we do for the sake of all the Shadowlands.
More loyalists. We must drive them back, my prince. the key to victory, mortals. Go, strike down the one who has betrayed us all.
Look, Remonia. These daring mortals have persevered through every obstacle put before them. It seems we have little choice left but to surrender.
I have a better idea, Master. Let me carve them up instead.
Now there's a thought. We could flay these petulant, small-minded creatures and use their bones to pave the path for our ascension. Ooh, what a... Pace yourself, Remonia. Rushing one's work is so unflattering. I shall assist our guests with their atonement.
Many deals for a friend of the Grumbles, like you.
What?
What's up? It's Jimfro from Ready Check Pull, and this is our official boss guide for normal and heroic Sire Denathrius. This guide is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. They get early access to
Up into two groups with one tank in each. Group 1 is in front of.
Okay, guys, settle down, settle down. This is our final meeting before Raid Week. The reset is tomorrow. So, in terms of guild plans, we're going to do the usual. Typical stuff. You guys have prepared your 3 characters for 3 full clears of Heroic. We're going to be doing that tonight. Also, we're going to do that full clears, so we don't expect anything to be of a problem. Everything was pretty easy on the PTR as we did all the raid testing. So we're going to do that. Please take engineering on your characters, okay? We're going to send you gold so you can level engineering. It's actually the BFA engineering thing you need. Do not craft your legendaries. I know you all want your legendaries, but please don't craft them. The fights are going to be super easy. We're going to walk in and stomp it, and Blizzard is probably going to nerf it. So it's not really needed. All right, guys, let's have a great raid night. Remember, don't worry too much about Mythic Plus, okay? I've put it on the schedule for Friday and Saturday and anybody who can play before raid, but we can't even trade, so really just do it if you want to do it for a bit of fun. Okay. All right, guys, settle down. Okay, so our first raid did not go as planned. We probably do need to start, if you can, is getting some M Plus done.
What's up? It's Jimfro from Ready Check Pull, and this is our official boss guide for normal and heroic Sire Denathrius. This guide is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. They get early access to these guides before anyone else, so if you want early access too, check out the Patreon link below. Sire Denathrius is the last boss of the raid, and man, this fight is cool. There's 3 phases, and the 3rd phase is just a straight up DPS check. This is going to be a long one, so let's get straight into it. So the first phase is a little unusual. Everyone starts off with 5 stacks of a permanent debuff, and the goal of this phase is for everyone to remove at least 3 stacks of the debuff so that they can survive the transition into phase 2 when Denathrius gets these guides before people.